All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is your WrestleMania 41 review for April 19th and April 20th, 2025. To me, this was probably the worst WrestleMania ever. No build up, no characters, no storyline, just a bunch of nonsense. Really not interested in any of the characters or most of these matches. The triple threat main event between Reigns, CM Punk, and Rollins. So stupid. It was for the pretty much the custody of Paul Heyman. Like, when has a main event ever been for like the winner gets like to be the gets to have Paul Heyman as their manager, man? That was a terrible stipulation. That whole thing was so manufactured, man. And then you had the Sunday main event, night two main event between John Cena and Cody Rhodes. Cena is just not hitting as a villain, as a bad guy, as a heel, whatever you want to call him. And trip to Triple H, dude, this guy's an egomaniac, man. He just cares about himself, man. Just doing interviews with random people, just bad mouthing the fans. Dude, he don't care, man. He to me, it feels like he's on his way out, and The Rock's gonna get rid of him, and The Rock pretty much ruined night like the main event on night two. He didn't ruin the whole pay-per-view, just the main event. Got all these morons online that are thinking The Rock is the blame for the whole show, WrestleMania 41. Only the main event. Everything else prior to that main event is all on Triple H and the build-up. The build-up was terrible this year, man. Triple H and The Rock are gonna kill this company, man, if nothing gets done. And to me, Triple H is gonna be the odd man out because he pretty much made it about himself. WrestleMania week of all the weeks to make it about himself. He picks WrestleMania week when WrestleMania week should all be about the talent and the wrestlers. No, this guy he feels like he's the big star, like the bigger star right now than he when he wrestled like in the past. And since he can't wrestle, you see him right Hall of Fame, longest Hall of Fame speech ever. This guy has like 4,000 statues outside the arena in WrestleMania. He starts the show on night one at WrestleMania, and then what was it? Oh yeah, the when they introduced all the Hall of Famers, was that Saturday? I think it was Saturday. Yeah, I think it was Saturday. He gets the last entrance, and then he shakes Stone Cold's and Bret Hart's hand. After he does that, he walks away to the back or whatever, and then you see Bret Hart roll his eyes. You know those guys are pissed off, man. Stone Cold and Bret Hart are way bigger stars than you, and you get the last entrance. Come on, man. Stone Cold or Bret Hart, they should have got the last entrance when they introduced all the Hall of Famers. Dude, Triple H, dude, this guy's an egomaniac. He's gonna be gone by. I'll be shocked if he's at WrestleMania 42 next year. Like, I think at the end of the year he'll probably be gone, and The Rock's gonna take over with the what's his writer's name? Brian Gerwitz. I think that'd be the guy to take over, like the writers room. He'll be like the head writer of Raw or SmackDown or whatever show. But yeah. All right, let's get to it. Jey Uso versus Gunther open night one, Saturday night. Didn't really care for this match. I just don't care about the Yeet stuff. It's a bunch of nonsense. To me, Jey Uso's a mid-carder. Op the match opened with a back and forth. Jey Uso hit three Uso splashes, and then he chokes out Gunther for the win. That that makes no sense. Why would a little guy choke out a big guy? He didn't have the sleeper hold locked on for like a while. Like he tapped out like right away, like 5 to 10 seconds. I forgot what it was, but that just makes Gunther look weak, man. A small guy choking out a big guy. Come on, man. He pretty much damaged Gunther. So now back to back WrestleMania, he's lost to Sami Zayn and Jey Uso, two mid carders. That's a joke, man. And now you got to rebuild Gunther, and then people don't really care about him, man. The booking's been terrible during his whole title run. He was more dominant during his Intercontinental title run because they made him more he had a more like villainous run during when he had that title. But yeah, now you got to start over with him. After the match, Jimmy Uso, Big Jim, he edges the ring and he celebrates with his brother Jey Uso. That was it for that. So now Mid Carter's got the world title. And I just don't care for this because now we're gonna get terrible television and you probably have good guy versus good guy because of Triple H's garbage booking. Next match, we had War Raiders versus the New Day. Didn't really care this either. The crowd was pretty much dead for this because they don't care about WWE doesn't care about their tag division. New Day wins. Kofi Kingston like held one of the War Raiders' legs or one of their feet or whatever when Xavier Woods pinned them. And then they took the titles and they ran all the way to like the top of the entrance ramp. So they like stole the titles. Don't really care for this. All right, next match we had Jade Cargill versus Naomi. To me, this was really the only storyline for all the matches on the card. This was the only storyline, right? Yeah, Jade Cargill, what was it, November, December, I think. She got knocked out by somebody on like on a car windshield, and then it finally revealed it was Naomi, and then they've been pretty much feuding ever since. So yeah, to me, this is the only really storyline out of all the matches. So during Jade's entrance, there was like a weather reporter. That was kind of hilarious. Like before her entrance started, like the storm is coming or whatever. He's forecasting storm. Um, it was not a bad match, but Jade, like, she's like a long way from being a main eventer, like a big star. Like she has the entrance and stuff on like lockdown, but like other than that, her matches haven't really been that good. So she just gotta work on her matches and she'll improve and get better and get to like the world title scene or main event scene. But yeah, she's got a lot of work to do. Not a bad match though. She hit the Jaded for the win with, and then she hit a power bomb. Pretty obvious she was gonna go over because she was the one that got attacked by Naomi with the when she went through the car windshield. So it was pretty obvious she was gonna win. All right, next up we had LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu. LA Knight had a Maserati during his entrance. I thought that was sweet. That car was sweet, man. Pretty dope. LA Knight hits, all right, the match now. LA Knight hit an elbow drop on Jacob Fatu while he was standing in the ring. Jacob Fatu hit a swanton for a 2 count, and then LA Knight hit the BFT in midair for a near fall. I don't think he's ever done the his finishing move in to a guy in midair. That was a good spot. Got a near fall. Jacob Fatu then hit two moonsaults, and he got the 3 count for the win. Pretty clear that they're trying to push Jacob Fatu as like a next big star. I can't wait till he feuds with like Braun Breaker, who's another big star, and like uh, on his way up to the main event scene. But yeah, happy for Jacob Fatu. And I think he celebrated in the back with the Usos and Sol Sikoa and whoever else was there from the Bloodline. That was cool to see. But they should break up him and Solo because right now I'm not sure if the fans are cheering for him, but he's still with Solo. So is Jacob Fatu a good guy or he's a bad guy, heel or face? So I'm not sure there, but pretty clear because since the fans are cheering for him, it should be Jacob Fatu as a good guy. And they should have Jacob Fatu versus Solo Sikoa build up that feud, in my opinion. All right, next up we got Ray Phoenix versus El Grande Cappuccino. It was supposed to be Rey Mysterio versus Cappuccino, but Rey Mysterio got injured the night before on SmackDown. I think he had a leg injury or a knee injury or something like that. But towards the end of the match, you see right the picture there. He's got that metal, what's that? The metal plate right there. He's holding, puts it into his mask, and then he like headbutted Ray Phoenix, and he got the win that way. He pretty much cheated. I think he's done this twice now with the metal plate into his mask during matches. So Chad Gable, Cappuccino, whatever his name is, picks up the win. I don't know. It's where I don't know where they're going with this gimmick, but hey, just keep doing it until I don't know. Maybe the fan starts cheering it. I don't know. I probably don't. I don't really care for this either. But whatever, man. It's kind of silly. You already know it's Chad Gable. Doesn't make any sense. All right, Tiffany next match. Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. A lot of botches in this match. They had that so-called controversial segment where a few weeks ago on SmackDown where they I think what was this? Tiffany Stratton said you're 0-3 in your marriages, and then Charlotte got so like offended and hurt by that. She said, "Yo, Ludwig Kaiser was like sending her messages or something, text messages and DMs or something." I don't even know those two were dating, so whatever. I don't think most of the people in Arena even knew that, so that's why I don't think they like reacted to that when Charlotte Flair said that. But yeah, this match was just full of botches. Tiffany Stratton has a long way to go for before she becomes a main eventer too. Even though she has the belt, she just got to work on her matches and her promo skills. But yeah, don't really care for this. Just whatever. All right, night one main event for the custody of Paul Heyman, Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins versus CM Punk. We had Roman Reigns for the first time entering in like a long time without nobody, without Paul Heyman by his side during this match, because Paul Heyman owed him a favor from CM Punk teaming with the Bloodline last November during Survivor Series. So he's like, "You owe me a favor because I helped Roman and the Bloodline out." So that CM Punk's favor was he wanted Paul Heyman to be in his corner. So Reigns didn't have him in his wise man to help him there. All right, so CM Punk hits a DDT and a reverse DDT on both Reigns and Rollins. And CM Punk hit a clothesline on Seth Rollins. Reigns hit a Superman punch on CM Punk. Punk applied the Anaconda Vice. Seth Rollins hit a frog splash to break it up and got a 2 count. And then Rollins hit two buckle bombs on both Rollins and or on Reigns and Punk. I don't think done that move in a while, right? He doesn't do that move, the buckle bomb that much. Seth Rollins hit a pedigree and a curb stomp. He got a near fall. Roman hit a spear on Seth Rollins. And then Punk hit the GTS on Roman Reigns. Got a 2 count. Rollins talks to Reigns about trying to put CM Punk down. Like CM Punk's like near the announce table. And he's like talking to him, oh, this guy's a cancer, all this stuff. Remember me, you, and Dean Ambrose. He name dropped Dean Ambrose. I don't think he said that name or John Moxley. He said one of them, and then they went to go do the Shield powerbomb from the back in the day, from the Shield days. And then right when Roman's about to lift him up, he thinks twice about it, and then he punches Seth Rollins, and then he does the Shield bomb in his own on CM Punk through the table, and then he hit the power bomb on Seth Rollins through the other announce table. So both of the announce tables got just pretty much destroyed. Roman Reigns hit a spear on Seth Rollins, got a 2 count. Then he applied the guillotine to CM Punk, and then Punk countered that into a Anaconda Vice. Seth Rollins applied the sharpshooter on Punk, and then Roman hit or had the guillotine on Seth Rollins. Punk hit a curb stomp. Roman hit a or CM Punk hit a curb stomp on Reigns, and then he hit the GTS on Rollins, got an ear fall. All three are knocked out in the ring. Paul Heyman grabs a chair. I think they have the photo for that. Okay, and then he tosses it to CM Punk. He's like deciding between CM Punk or Roman Reigns. They're both down in front of him. Seth Rollins is right there in the picture in the corner, just in nowhere land. So and he gives the chair to Punk. And then right here, he he's trying to get CM Punk to hit Reigns, and then he low blows CM Punk, turning on Punk, and then Roman starts smiling and laughing, and then right here he gives him the chair. Yeah, Heyman, yeah, but Roman got the chair, whatever. Then he starts beating up Punk right there, multiple shots. Then okay, so yeah, he get multiple shots with the chair. And then he's about to hit Seth Rollins with the chair, and then at the last second, Paul Heyman low blows Roman Reigns. So he turns his back on CM Punk, and he turns his back on Roman Reigns, pretty much aligning himself now with Seth Rollins. He hands Rollins a chair, and then Rollins got him again 9, 10 years ago with the steel chair shot to the back all over again. And Seth Rollins hit a curb stomp on Reigns, and he pinned Roman. So Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman, I guess, are together now. And then you had the night after Braun Breaker's in the mix now. So I like the addition of Braun Breaker into this whole thing. Looks like it's gonna be a tag match at Backlash. between Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker versus Punk and Reigns. But Roman and Punk can't even trust each other. Two big egos right there. So we'll see how they goes down at Backlash, which most likely be that match. So yeah, night one, I thought most of it sucked. Didn't really care for most of the matches. Best matches right here, the triple threat between Rollins, Reigns, and Punk. All right. Next up, night two, we had Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair. Bianca hit the KOD on Rhea Ripley. Io hit the moonsault, got three counts, so that was pretty much the end of the match. Thought that was okay, a good match. Just didn't really care for this. This whole thing was booked terribly. Rhea whined her way into the match. Like, how she didn't win the Rumble, she didn't win the Elimination Chamber, and then she just cries on the mic for like a month, and she gets into the match. That made no sense. So it's whatever. Next up, Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre in a street fight. Drew hit Dame with multiple steel steps, and then Drew hit Dame with the Claymore, got a 2 count. Damian hit Drew with the Razor's Edge through a table for a near fall. Drew hit Damian with the Future Shock on the steps. That looked brutal. And then Drew pushed Damian right there in the picture onto the two tables outside the ring. And then Drew hit the Claymore into the chair. The chair was like set up right. You can see it right there in the picture. It wedged into the corner. And pretty much hit the Claymore into the chair for the 3 count. So Drew McIntyre gets his revenge on Damian Priest from last year when Damian Priest cashed the Money in the Bank on Drew at WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia last year. I still really care for this feud or this match. Match was pretty good, but the feud was so dumb. They just kept saying on site every week and they just kept brawling every week. That's not a storyline, man. It's a waste of time. All right, next up, we have the Fatal 4-Way for the IC title. Braun Breaker versus Penta versus Dirty Dom and versus Finn Balor. Braun Breaker, dude, this dude dominated early, just chucking guys around like they're nothing. Pretty clear he's the next big star, like after Reigns retires, after Cody retires, after Rollins, because those guys are all I think they're all gonna be 40 this year. This year, I don't know, they're gonna be in their 40s either this year or next year. But yeah, he's like the young guy you should build your main event scene around. It's pretty clear, man. This dude is jacked and he just looks like it's a freak of nature, man. It's dominating people. So yeah, he dominated early. Then he hit a double German on two of the three competitors. Balor countered with the 619 on Dom. And then Penta hit a Penta driver on Finn Balor. Braun Breaker broke up the pin. And then Braun Spears Carlito through the announce table. Dude, that spot that Carlito took through they have the picture of that through the announce table. Carlito's pretty much a lackey. Don't know if they have that was a double German. Oh yeah, right here. Carlito's freaking out right there. Yeah, so Braun Breaker hit a spear on Carlito, and then Dom hit a frog splash on Finn Balor, and he pinned Finn Balor for the win. So either Balor's gonna attack Dom soon and like leave Judgment Day, or Dirty Dom and the rest of Judgment Day are gonna kick him out the group. So just have to wait and see what happens there. But I thought this was probably my favorite match of like the whole WrestleMania card. Pretty good match. All right, get to this nonsense. This fake Cody Rhodes. So it was supposed to be Randy Orton versus KO. KO got injured. He's gonna be out for like a year to 2 years. The serious neck injury. So yeah, there's more on this jabroni Joe Hendry looking like a fake Cody with his fake goatee. He just smiles all the time in his dumb gimmick. To me, he's like a Santino and R-Truth. He's just a joke. He's apparently the world champion from TNA, and he got destroyed by Randy Orton in like 4 or 5 minutes, whatever it was. Randy Orton hit an RKO, and so dumb. Can't really care for this. All right, next up we had AJ Styles versus Logan Paul. This match sucked, man. People thought this match was gonna steal the show. This was embarrassing, man. No flow to this match at all. Nothing. So towards the end of the match, Logan Paul's buddy, I don't know who this jabroni was, he tried to give the brass knucks. Karrion Kross just showed up out of nowhere. He blocked the attempt for his buddy to give the brass knucks, pretty much. Tells AJ to use the knuckles. AJ tosses them away, and then Logan Paul hits his KO punch for the win. I just didn't really care for this. All right, next up we had Liv Morgan and who was that? Raquel Rodriguez. They lost the titles to Lyra Velcro and Becky Lynch. It was supposed to be Bayley. She got a storyline injury, and now Becky Lynch took her spot. Becky Lynch just doesn't do anything for me returning. Just don't really care for her. So they win the titles, and then next night Becky Lynch they lose the titles, and Becky Lynch turns heel on Velcro, and she attacks her. Who cares? It's just irrelevant. All right, this was so dumb. It was cool to see Stone Cold. He has ATV. He before he could get on the ramp, he crashed the ATV. He was on the ATV. He crashed it like on the outside of the ramp before he got onto the regular entrance ramp. And then he's going so fast around the ring, he crashes into a lady or into the barricade. The lady stands for it was hilarious. The lady stands there for 3 seconds and then she gets knocked out. But everybody else that was in that area when Stone Cold hit the barricade, nobody else like fell over. It was so dumb. And he gets a card or whatever right there in his hand and he reads the attendance. Like you couldn't have used Stone Cold in the main event. That's what I thought was gonna happen. Rock shows up. He he helps Cena try to win the match, and then he hit the glass breaking, and Stone Cold comes out. He stunners Cena, and then he stunners Rock, and then Cody wins. I thought that was gonna happen, but it was just a waste of time, man. You you had Stone Cold, and he could have attacked him in the main event. All right, main event: Cody versus Cena. Slow start to the match. Cena hit two clotheslines, then he hit a tornado DDT. Cody hit the RKO for a 2 count. Cena hit the AA for a near fall, then another AA from the second rope for a 2 count. Cody hit the RKO for a near fall. Cena hit the FU, got the refs out. Cody goes for the pin, refs down, and then Cena takes the turnbuckle pad off, bashes his head twice off the exposed turnbuckle part, the steel, and then Cena hit the AA for a 2 count. Travis Scott shows up, I have no idea why. And then he pulls the ref out. Cena low blows Cody, hits him with a belt, the championship belt, right there. Cody's about to do it. He low blows Cena, hit him with a belt, and Cena wins. So I'm glad they put the belt on heel Cena, but The Rock should have showed up, man. It was a waste of time. But yeah, Cena's the champion now, and then yeah, so just really care for this WrestleMania. And then going forward. I used to review SmackDown. SmackDown just it's just unwatchable, man. There's no characters and storylines anymore. I'm only gonna review pay-per-views, so just stay tuned to the channel. Quick shout out to all the new subscribers. I'm posting a lot of videos. All those WrestleMania 41 videos. My brother went to the show, so he sent me all the videos that he took, and that was pretty much it. All right, that was your WrestleMania review, WrestleMania 41 review. See ya.